folks, this is Elaine from the B-Wool Studio. I'm a little disheveled, but here I am anyway. And, yeah. So, you can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Ravelry, you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Etsy. I think that's it. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit of a mess, I have to say. We're all kind of going through something very strange, very different. Definitely nothing like this in my lifetime. Um, so anyway, yes, lived through 9/11 and didn't think anything more crazy could happen in my lifetime, but here we are. I'm living in Zurich, Switzerland. We are not on lockdown yet, but we have been limited to groups of 5 or less people. And I guess if things don't improve over the weekend, the lockdown will probably happen. Um, I have to say that I'm exhausted, um, anxious, cannot concentrate, and not quite sure what to do with myself or anybody else. So the kids have been out of school for now a week, and we were told that they will be out until the end of spring break at least. Um, but I have a feeling it's going to go longer than that. So, spring break was supposed to start April 9th, and I was supposed to take the kids to visit my parents and my family, and they hadn't seen each other for a year now. I saw my parents at least in January when I went to VKL, but I'm really now upset that I didn't take them during the autumn break, um, so that they would get to see my family or their family a little bit more often than this. And so now this is a lesson that I will try to take them as often as possible to visit family. And so let's see. I don't even really know what to say. I have a lot of things on the needles and a lot of deadlines, but to be honest, I haven't done as much knitting as I normally do, and actually have not been able to enjoy it quite the same. I feel like whenever I'm knitting, I should be doing something else, or I'm not knitting something I want to knit at that very moment. My attention level and my concentration level is a little low, so anything that requires a little bit too much thinking or a little bit too much looking at the charts has been a lot more difficult for me, and not as enjoyable because of that. I have managed to get some things off the needles recently, but part of the craziness of this virus going around is causing me to sort of clean things up and wash things and try to put them away and get it out of the way of our daily routine. So, and a lot of rearranging of the apartment so that we could accommodate homeschooling and for my husband to work at home. So we set up the little room in the back for him to have as an office so he can close the door when he's on phone calls, and the kids can be kids and not disrupt business and stuff. And then setting up more of the computers so that both kids can be online. And of course, this morning our internet completely fell apart. We had equipment that was too old, and so we needed to get a new box and everything. My husband had to run down to the store and go through the back door to get this. They had received notice that he will be coming. So it's been lots of things are really, really strange, and we're relying on a lot of things now that we didn't really quite rely on as much. And everything is so uncertain right now, and not sure how long all of this will go on for. I think if we knew, okay, we're going to be here 2 weeks, or we're going to be here 4 weeks, then we can cope and adapt or set up something to adapt to deal with that situation. But right now, we have no idea how long this is going to go on for, and yeah, not sure how to do everything. Homeschooling is proving to be quite a challenge for me. Uh, I never wanted to be a teacher, and homework alone was difficult. And now homeschooling is really sort of a nightmare, to be honest. And dealing with two kids in different grades and learning different material. My older one has a tablet from school and is working basically online, and my younger one has some things online, but a lot of it is just traditional paper writing and doing things on paper. Um, but to get them to sit down to a schedule, which I've made, to actually do the work is challenging. Fighting me on it, and and I understand that they are confused and don't know what to do, and not completely understanding why they have to do all this stuff at home. But they're just not making it easy. And then my older son is very extroverted, and he needs to be around his friends, and he's not understanding why he's not hanging out playing with all of his friends, and all things of normal life. So I'm sorry that this seems really disjointed. I really wanted to sit down and just say hello and give you guys something to watch, maybe to entertain yourselves for a little bit, definitely to laugh, right? Um, I have some knitting. Um, it's not very exciting maybe at the moment, but I will show it to you anyway. So right now I am working on, this is called, let me show it to you so that I don't completely mess it up, Timolai from Revive, and it's a cardigan. You can see the picture there. I had started this a while back using another yarn, and it didn't quite work out for me, so I had to rip it all out and start again. And now I'm using Isager. I don't have the label. Highland wool in, now I forgot the colorway, but anyway, here is the color. It's really beautiful. It is old stash of mine. I had originally bought it to do one of the Isager patterns in one of the books, and I can't remember now which one. It might have been vanilla. But anyway, I never got very far, and so I'm now using it for this. It's a little slow going for me. It is a very light fingering weight, and so the band is done with the rest of the body, and so there's a pattern for that, and so it's just not easy knitting for me at this moment. But that's that, and I think it should be releasing early April, I believe. So I did want to cast on something for myself that was a little mindless, or more mindless, and something I've really wanted to do for a long time, and that is the no frills sweater. I was having a lot of cast on issues because I had all these combinations that I thought up that would be wonderful, and then it was hard to decide which one it would be, and I was making myself nuts, to be honest. And so now I decided I wanted something beautiful and basic that I was going to wear all the time, and I decided with my mohair. It's I can't see. It's like a grayish blue, very very pale, and walking stick from Pearl Soho Goodwool. I have to say, Goodwool has been something I've been using constantly all the time. It's I just really love it. It's I think a good value and good. I really enjoy the yarn, and so this is No Frills from Petite Knits, and I am completely in love with that, and it's going along well. Oh, I'm wearing the one sweater from Becky Baker. This is a beta knit I did for the Fiber Company, and this is using Aran Moore Light. It's a DK, and I wear it all the time. It really is something that's very, I did it a little cropped. The sleeves are sort of a little bit almost full length. I guess it's called a bracelet length. And I am also doing a test knit for Orlaine Souche. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name, but this is the Udo sweater or Udo sweater. So it's a colorwork yoke, and I am using Walking Stick from Pearl Soho as the main color, and all the contrast colors are Isager Tweed. So there's sand and bottle green, I believe, and lime. I did mine a little bit different. I decided to use 4 colors instead of just 3. So in the pattern, this would also be in the dark green and not in my light green color here. And I am loving that. This is my mohair that I'm using for my No Frills, and it's really lovely. And they're all in my different fringe bags. Yes. So I have a bunch of other tests also that I should be working on. I'm not going to show them all now, but I do want to try to podcast more often, just so that I'm connecting with you guys out there, and that if this gives you any joy whatsoever, it's there, and hopefully I will get more used to the situation that's going on now and be able to get back to my normal self and knit 5,000 sweaters in 1 month. And I have to say I'm still doing pretty well for how many sweaters I'm finishing this year so far. But it is a definite slowdown now with the kids at home and homeschooling, and just dealing with having everybody in the house at all times, and yeah. Also, before this, I went to VKL in January, my first Vogue Knitting Live ever. I have to admit that I was not there for very much of the show. I was only there for about an hour on Saturday. I didn't go Friday, and I didn't go Sunday. I went to the event, Night to Remember, at Here Now Space with Mayak, and Lina was there, and Jennifer Steingass, and Olga Jazzy. That was a wonderful event, and so many people from the knitting community were there. It was really, really great. Yeah, that was a lot of fun, and I got to see snow in New York. We didn't really have a much of a winter here. I think we might have had a snow shower once, but yeah, it was great to be back in New York for a little bit. I stayed in Williamsburg with Caitlin Hunter and Rosa Pomar. Andrea Mowry was supposed to come, but unfortunately, her son was sick, so she couldn't come. But yeah, it was just really, really nice. It was my first time back to New York without the kids, so it was definitely a different experience. I had the freedom to sort of shop and eat out and not have to pick necessary child-friendly restaurants. Yeah, that was loads of fun to be in New York again and hang out with everybody. um, yeah, I'm gonna try to go back to visit my family as soon as we know we are allowed to again. Hopefully in the summer when hopefully that as early as that. Um, Normally I don't go back in the summer just because it's very expensive to fly. It's we usually try to do family vacations, but this year will everything will be different. I think this year, and I just want to encourage everybody to um, try to be nice to themselves, especially, and to everyone around them, and to stay healthy and take care and reach out if you need. I'm here. Um, a little disheveled, but here. And yeah, we're going to get through this. And we'll all remember this always, right? Talk soon. Bye.